Imagine waking up tomorrow with no home, no bed, no safety. In America today, this isn't just a nightmare, it's reality. Families sleep on sidewalks, children search trash bins for food, and veterans beg for survival. But how did the richest country in the world end up like this? The answer will shock you. Welcome to Globe Path Travel Documentary. Where we uncover the raw realities behind the world's most pressing issues. Today, we take you deep inside America's homelessness crisis, a humanitarian disaster unfolding across 10 states. From California's tent cities to Washington D.C.'s streets just outside government buildings, millions are struggling to survive. Families are living in cars, veterans are sleeping on sidewalks, and entire communities are vanishing into poverty. How did this happen? Why is 2025 the worst year yet? And which states are facing total collapse? Stay with us. What you're about to see will shock you. Number 10. California. California's homelessness crisis in 2025 has spiraled into a humanitarian catastrophe, with over 187,000 people living without stable shelter. The streets of Los Angeles and San Francisco are dominated by sprawling tent cities, where families and individuals huddle together in makeshift homes made of tarps and cardboard. Many have been forced to live in their cars, parked under bridges or in Walmart lots, while others sleep on sidewalks, subway stations, or even public parks. The situation is so dire that some individuals resort to scavenging through restaurant dumpsters for food, while others rely on the kindness of strangers for survival. Adding to this tragedy is the rampant substance abuse among the homeless population. Studies reveal that 35% of California's homeless regularly use illicit drugs, with methamphetamine being the most common. Many turn to drugs or alcohol as a way to cope with the harsh realities of life on the streets, whether it's to stay awake and alert to avoid assaults or to numb the pain of hunger and hopelessness. Tragically, the lack of access to substance abuse treatment leaves many trapped in a vicious cycle, with only 7% of those in need receiving any form of help. Despite billions spent on housing programs, the skyrocketing cost of rent and lack of affordable housing continue to push more people onto the streets. Shelters are overcrowded, turning away thousands daily, while government initiatives fail to address the root causes of this crisis. California, one of the wealthiest states in the world, now faces a grim reality. Its most vulnerable citizens are left to fend for themselves in conditions that are nothing short of inhumane. This is not just a crisis, it's a stain on humanity, and if immediate action isn't taken, the situation will only worsen. Number 9. New York. New York's homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached catastrophic levels, with over 158,000 people struggling to survive on the streets. The city's subway stations have become makeshift homes, where thousands sleep on cardboard bedding, trying to escape the brutal cold. Just blocks away from luxury restaurants and high-end apartments, people beg for food, highlighting the stark contrast between wealth and extreme poverty. The harsh winters make survival even more difficult. Many homeless individuals freeze to death on church steps or in alleyways, unable to find space in overcrowded shelters. The city's emergency housing system is collapsing, with shelters turning away thousands due to lack of space. Adding to the crisis is the rampant drug and alcohol abuse among the homeless population. Nearly 40% of New York's homeless struggle with substance addiction, using heroin, fentanyl, and alcohol to numb the pain of hunger, cold, and hopelessness. Many suffer from severe mental health disorders, including schizophrenia and PTSD, but with limited access to treatment, they are left to wander the streets, often experiencing psychotic episodes in public spaces. Despite millions spent on outreach programs, the crisis continues to worsen, with violent incidents increasing as desperation grows. The city's response has been slow and ineffective, leaving thousands trapped in a cycle of poverty, addiction, and untreated mental illness. New York, once a symbol of opportunity, is now a city where survival is a daily battle. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Number 8. Oregon's homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached devastating proportions, with thousands of individuals forced to survive in public parks, abandoned buildings, and makeshift encampments. Portland, once known for its vibrant culture, is now overrun with tent cities, where families and individuals struggle to find shelter. The situation has worsened due to skyrocketing rent prices, a lack of affordable housing, and economic instability, leaving many with no choice but to sleep on the streets. The drug epidemic has further fueled the crisis, with methamphetamine and fentanyl use rampant among the homeless population. Many turn to substance abuse as a way to escape the harsh realities of life on the streets, leading to high overdose rates and increased emergency hospitalizations. Oregon's mental health system is overwhelmed, with hospitals acting as temporary shelters for individuals suffering from severe psychiatric disorders. Nearly 50% of mentally ill patients in Oregon hospitals stay for more than a week, unable to be discharged due to a lack of proper care facilities. Abandoned buildings have become dangerous refuges, where people risk their lives in structurally unsafe environments just to escape the cold. Many suffer from untreated schizophrenia, PTSD, and depression, leading to violent incidents and self-harm. The state's mental health services are failing, forcing emergency rooms to act as makeshift psychiatric wards, where homeless individuals wait for hours or even days before receiving care. Despite government efforts to increase funding for affordable housing, the crisis continues to spiral out of control. Oregon's homeless population remains one of the highest in the U.S., with no clear solution in sight. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Number 7. Washington. Washington homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached alarming levels, with thousands of individuals forced to live under freeways, in public parks, and inside abandoned buildings. Seattle, once a thriving tech hub, now has entire communities living beneath highways, where makeshift tents and cardboard shelters line the streets. The constant rain and freezing temperatures make survival nearly impossible, with many suffering from hypothermia and frostbite due to exposure. Public bathrooms have become lifelines for the homeless, with gas station restrooms serving as makeshift hygiene centers. Many rely on these spaces to wash up, brush their teeth, and find temporary shelter from the cold. However, businesses have started locking restrooms or restricting access, leaving thousands with no place to clean themselves. The drug epidemic has further fueled the crisis, with methamphetamine and fentanyl use rampant among the homeless population. Nearly 45% of Washington's homeless struggle with substance addiction, using drugs to escape the pain of hunger, cold, and hopelessness. Mental health disorders are widespread, with many suffering from schizophrenia, PTSD, and severe depression. The state's mental health services are overwhelmed, forcing emergency rooms to act as temporary psychiatric wards, where homeless individuals wait for days before receiving care. Despite billions spent on housing programs, the crisis continues to spiral out of control. Washington's homeless population remains one of the highest in the U.S., with no clear solution in sight. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Number 6. Massachusetts homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached critical levels, with a 74% increase in family homelessness overwhelming the state's shelter system. Families who once had stable housing are now crammed into overcrowded shelters, with many forced to sleep in hallways or on floors due to lack of space. The state's right to shelter law, which guarantees housing for homeless families and pregnant women, has led to an unsustainable surge in demand, pushing emergency shelters to their breaking point. Libraries have become temporary refuges, where homeless individuals spend their days escaping the cold, charging their phones, and using public restrooms. Many pretend to be reading just to avoid being asked to leave, while others quietly nap in corners, trying to recover from sleepless nights on the streets. The Boston Public Library has seen a dramatic rise in homeless visitors, with staff struggling to balance public access and safety concerns. Despite efforts to expand shelter capacity, many families are turned away, forced to sleep in cars, subway stations, or even hospital waiting rooms. The state has mobilized hotels to house homeless families, but the number of available rooms has plummeted, leaving thousands without options. The mental health crisis among the homeless population is worsening, with untreated depression, anxiety, and PTSD leading to higher rates of self-harm and substance abuse. Massachusetts government has poured millions into emergency housing programs, but the crisis continues to spiral out of control. With rising rent costs, job instability, and a failing support system, the state is struggling to keep up. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more families will be left with nowhere to go? Number 5. Hawaii's homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached devastating levels, creating a stark contrast between luxury tourism and extreme poverty. While visitors enjoy 5-star resorts and pristine beaches, thousands of homeless individuals sleep on the sand, under palm trees, or in makeshift tents along the coastline. The Waikiki district, known for its high-end hotels, has become a symbol of inequality, where homeless individuals beg for food just steps away from lavish restaurants. The lack of affordable housing has pushed even working families into homelessness. With median home prices exceeding $1 million, many residents cannot afford rent, forcing them to live in cars or overcrowded shelters. The cost of living in Hawaii is among the highest in the U.S., making it nearly impossible for low-income workers to secure stable housing. Even those with full-time jobs struggle to pay rent, leading to a surge in families living in temporary shelters. The government's response has been slow and ineffective, with millions spent on housing programs that have failed to provide long-term solutions. The Kohale Initiative, designed to create small homeless villages, has faced financial mismanagement and delays, leaving thousands stranded. Despite efforts to expand affordable housing, the crisis continues to worsen, with no clear solution in sight. Adding to the crisis is the rampant drug and alcohol abuse among the homeless population. Many turn to substance use as a way to cope with the harsh realities of life on the streets, leading to high overdose rates and mental health deterioration. Hawaii's mental health services are overwhelmed, with hospitals acting as temporary shelters for individuals suffering from severe psychiatric disorders. Hawaii, once seen as a paradise, is now facing a humanitarian disaster where survival is a daily battle. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Number 4. Colorado's homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached staggering levels, with a 30% increase in homelessness just in the past year. The state's point-in-time count recorded 18,715 homeless individuals, but experts believe the actual number is far higher, as many living in motels, hospitals, or doubled up with others are not included in official counts. Denver's backstreets and alleys have become makeshift homes, where people sleep on piles of blankets, cardboard, or even bare pavement. The city's shelters are overwhelmed, forcing thousands to seek refuge in abandoned buildings, under bridges, or in public parks. Families with children are among the hardest hit. Colorado has seen a 134% increase in family homelessness, making it one of the worst states for displaced families. The mental health crisis among the homeless population is devastating. Many suffer from untreated schizophrenia, PTSD, and severe depression, with little to no access to psychiatric care. Emergency rooms have become temporary shelters, where mentally ill individuals wait for days before receiving treatment. The lack of mental health facilities has led to violent incidents, self-harm, and an increase in drug and alcohol abuse. Substance addiction is rampant, with methamphetamine and fentanyl being the most commonly abused drugs. Many turn to substance use as a way to cope with the harsh realities of life on the streets, leading to high overdose rates and mental health deterioration. The state's Housing First programs, which aim to provide stable housing before addressing addiction, have struggled to keep up with demand, leaving thousands stranded. Despite millions spent on housing initiatives, the crisis continues to spiral out of control. Colorado's homeless population remains one of the fastest growing in the U.S., with no clear solution in sight. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Number 3. Arizona's homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached dangerous levels, with scorching heat making survival nearly impossible. In Phoenix, where summer temperatures soar past 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius, homeless individuals collapse from dehydration, their bodies unable to withstand the relentless sun. Some are found passed out on sidewalks. Their skin burned from contact with the scorching pavement. Encampments have sprung up near restaurants, where people beg for food, hoping for leftovers from diners. The contrast is stark. Just steps away from luxury hotels and bustling nightlife, thousands struggle to find their next meal. Many rely on gas station restrooms for hygiene, using sinks to wash up before returning to the streets. The lack of shelter options has left thousands with nowhere to go, even at night. Emergency shelters are overcrowded, forcing people to sleep in parks, under bridges, or in abandoned buildings. The Arizona Canal, once a quiet area, has become a hotspot for homeless encampments, where people huddle together in makeshift tents with no access to clean water. Adding to the crisis is the rampant drug and alcohol abuse among the homeless population. Many turn to methamphetamine and fentanyl to escape the pain of hunger, heat, and hopelessness. The state's mental health services are overwhelmed, with hospitals acting as temporary shelters for individuals suffering from severe psychiatric disorders. Despite millions spent on housing programs, the crisis continues to spiral out of control. Arizona's homeless population remains one of the fastest growing in the U.S., with no clear solution in sight. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Number 2. Nevada. Nevada's homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached devastating levels, with the Las Vegas Strip becoming a stark symbol of inequality. Tourists gamble millions inside luxury casinos, while just outside, hundreds of homeless individuals sleep on sidewalks, struggling to survive. The contrast is shocking. Bright neon lights illuminate the city, yet in the shadows, people beg for food, searching for shelter in alleyways and abandoned buildings. The crisis has worsened due to constant evictions, as authorities clear homeless camps, forcing people to relocate with nowhere to go. In Clark County, homelessness has surged by 36% over the past 2 years, with eviction rates skyrocketing by 42%. Many displaced individuals move from one encampment to another, only to be forced out again, creating a cycle of instability. Survival in Nevada's desert conditions is brutal. In the summer, temperatures exceed 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius, causing heat stroke and dehydration among the homeless population. Some are found collapsed on sidewalks, their bodies burned from contact with the scorching pavement. Emergency shelters are overcrowded, leaving thousands with no access to cooling centers or basic necessities. Despite millions spent on housing programs, the crisis continues to spiral out of control. Nevada's homeless population remains one of the fastest growing in the U.S., with no clear solution in sight. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Number 1. Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C.'s homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached unprecedented levels, creating a stark contrast between government power and extreme poverty. Just outside the White House, where decisions shaping the nation are made, hundreds of homeless individuals sleep on benches, wrapped in thin blankets, struggling against the cold. The sight is jarring. Politicians debate policies inside grand buildings, while just steps away, people fight for survival with nowhere to go. The city's shelters are overflowing, making D.C. one of the worst places for homelessness in the U.S. Emergency housing facilities are at capacity, forcing thousands to sleep in subway stations, alleyways, and abandoned buildings. Families with children are among the hardest hit, with a 74% increase in family homelessness over the past 2 years. Many wait months for housing assistance, only to be told there are no available units. Public transportation has become a lifeline for the homeless. Many ride buses all night, using them as temporary shelters to escape the freezing temperatures. Some pretend to be commuters, hoping to avoid being kicked off, while others huddle in metro stations, trying to stay warm. The city's mental health crisis is worsening, with untreated schizophrenia, PTSD, and severe depression leading to higher rates of self-harm and substance abuse. Despite millions spent on housing programs, the crisis continues to spiral out of control. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, now faces a humanitarian disaster, where survival is a daily battle. If urgent action isn't taken, how many more will be lost to the streets? Homelessness in 2025 has spiraled into a humanitarian disaster. Across America, families sleep in cars, veterans beg for food, and shelters turn people away daily. While billions are spent on housing programs, the crisis only worsens. Failed policies, addiction, and untreated mental illness leave thousands trapped in poverty. This is more than a crisis. It's a national failure. Will America act, or will history remember 2025 as the year we abandoned our own people? The stories we've shared today aren't just numbers, they're real lives, real struggles, and real people fighting to survive. Homelessness in America is a crisis that demands action, and the first step is awareness. The more people know, the greater the pressure for real change. If this documentary opened your eyes, don't stop here. Spread the word, share this video, and keep the conversation alive. Want to see more investigative documentaries exposing hidden truths? Subscribe to Globe Path Travel Documentary and be part of the movement. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. It's time to uncover reality, one documentary at a time. Together, we can make a difference, one story, one share, one action at a time. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next journey.